house arrest. Where is the money?
I sold all of our Bitcoin. It hit 34K. Everybody thought it was going to get worse. I'm sorry. But I didn't touch our Doge. I'm gonna go make some bagel bites.
You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo, welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on this Thursday morning. Got a little bit of extra rasp to my voice as I had a long night last night with the Tucson Roadrunners. Thank you for tuning in to Beef Vegan Presents on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. It's almost like an OCD tick. I have to say it a certain way. I mean, I know you know the name of the show, but I had to say it before I started spitting out the Rock 102.1 and the KFMA.com. It's just the way my brain's wired. I don't know.
It helps you get into the flow, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting in the flow today, Rico.
Flow state, baby.
Yeah, we have a great show today. We're going to have a guest, Kristin from the Tucson Roadrunners in. She's going to talk sports with us. She's probably one of the coolest sports chicks that I know. I don't mean to say that all misogynistic. Chicks.
Top 10.
She outsports me on a regular basis. And Justice Spears from ESPN Radio may be joining us as well. And I want her to outsports him.
It's going to be a showdown.
Yeah. So that's a 9 o'clock hour. We have a 4-pack of tickets to give away for the Tucson Roadrunners for Star Wars night. That's going to be later on. And a whole lot of things to cover, including predictions that came true. So we called it and stuff just happened. Speaking of yesterday's program, we went on a soapbox rant about good guy Mark Cuban around 8 o'clock in the morning. It was a long rant. It was like 8 minutes long.
It was a good rant.
Yeah, thank you. I saw that you shared it on Instagram.
I did.
And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, hey, this guy is not dumb all the time. Check out this moment of clarity from my buddy Beef. And I thought that was very nice. And the segment we were talking about, Mark Cuban now has a brand new company, and that is selling generic prescription drugs at cost plus 15%. So these drugs, as we broke down in the segment, were way cheaper than any drugs you can get. I mean, hell, they rival the prices in Mexico or even cheaper in Mexico. So we were celebrating that move for Mark Cuban because it's long overdue. And while we were doing this, I was getting tons of emails and feedback from this segment, which is great, and I appreciate it. This email I got from Ruby at beefvegan@kfma.com. And during my rant, I talked about, just big pharma in general, the evils of big pharma, and how they caused an epidemic that led the nation to be addicted to opioids. And then telling and sharing that I've lost over 10 friends to overdoses of opioids over the last 20 years. So a lot of people that I knew growing up, they're gone. They're not gone because of war. They're not gone because even COVID, they're gone because of prescription medication led to an opioid addiction. And so we talked about this, and when we were talking about it, it struck a chord with Ruby, and she sent me an email because this is very important too. This for several reasons, and I'll break that down. But let me just read this email. She said, "Good morning. I caught your Mark Cuban story." We have that clip on our YouTube page, by the way, youtube.com/beefvegan. So caught your Mark Cuban story and the spot where you spoke about losing people to opioids. I don't think enough people are aware that you can get Narcan at any pharmacy without a prescription. There's a standing order by the head of the health department, and you can print that out. And, Access will even cover it. There's also a magnificent organization that you can request Narcan online and they'll mail it to you for free. And you don't even have to give them your real name.
Good.
Yeah. So Ruby herself is a recovering opioid addict. She's been off it for 10 years. So congratulations, Ruby. Said many of my friends take fentanyl, which is crazy to even think. Like, to know how deadly fentanyl is and people still F with it.
Yep.
You know, like, how much do I take before I die? We don't know. Take a little, you might die. Take a lot, you might die. Well, good luck.
Russian roulette.
Yeah, man, it is Russian roulette. It's crazy. And so she felt it was important to have plenty of Narcan on hand, and that's how she came to find out all this through research online. And she sent me a couple links, and I know that you guys will be able to find that as well, even just Googling it. But there are programs out there. There are ways to get Narcan. And I think it's important for anybody who parties, whether they're on opioids or not, or if they have kids. Like, I have a all right, let's go. Let's get on the podcast broadcast. What's going on, guys? Sorry, that was my PSA to start off the day. Let me introduce you the full house that we have this morning. To my left or right, depending on how you're seeing this, Justin Spears from ESPN Radio. Good morning, Justin.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
We got Kristin Thompson from Tucson Roadrunners.
Hello.
And we got Rico in the building. We have a lot of things to cover. And I was saying that show open that you were just watching was a little extra emo because I was tired last night because Kristin kept me late last night at the Roadrunners game and had me do the YMCA for the crowd, which is always a crowd pleaser in certain times of the game. She had me do it with a minute 30 left in the game, and we were down like 6-2. Right?
Oh,
So
man.
people were going towards the door, and then I'm like, all right, guys, let's sing the YMCA.
Guys do the YMCA,
Yeah.
like walking up the stairs, leaving.
And normally it goes over well. You get the whole arena screaming out, singing the words. Last night I heard YMCA. People are hating life, dude, because it was, again, the game was over. People going for the exit. The ones that are still sitting in the stands waiting for the game just to wrap, to dry their tears before they head towards the exit, had to hear me feign excitement for the YMCA. No one was excited to hear the YMCA at that point. And it was so late in the game, too. And it's like, it's not the first time this has happened over the 5 years that I've worked at the Roadrunners. Sometimes you schedule these type of exciting hype up segments for the crowd, and the game doesn't necessarily work in your favor. But then it doesn't matter. They pass it to the ass here to pretend like. And I get on like, hey guys, we're having a great night. Scores 22-4. And I'm like, yeah, you guys ready to dance? We're having so much fun, right?
After watching the team getting kicked in.
Yeah, we got our guys on the bench, blood just coming out of every like cut in their face and teeth missing, and they're just beaten and battered. And they're like, yeah, let's do-si-do.
That's awesome. That's
Who
awesome.
wants to do the electric slide? Yay!
Me, that's me. I do.
What's the most like awkward moment you've had as in-game host?
Last night.
Last night?
No.
Yeah. That was the most awkward
You had
moment.
way worse.
I always have more
Way
awkward moments.
worse.
That's a good question. I have to marinate on that for a second. We got teas coming up in 12 seconds on the air. And we're going to talk a lot of things sports. Obviously, because I have two sports experts and Rico in studio.
Well, shoot.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the podcast broadcast. I'm stumbling now because I'm super excited because we got our sports edition of the podcast broadcast in full effect. Joining me in studio from ESPN Radio, 3 to 6 in the afternoon on ESPN 104.9 and 1490 AM, Mr. Justin Spears. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning to you, Beef.
And also game ops manager for the Tucson Roadrunners. I'm sorry, your Tucson Roadrunners. I got Kristin Thompson. And we're going to be hanging out, talking sports, and having a lot of fun on the podcast broadcast. So when we return, all eyes are focused on the NFL playoffs. Last week, Justin made some picks. All those picks lost. So we're going to ask him to pick again, and then we're going to bet against them and become rich. So that's coming up after Jimmy Eat World's the middle. So keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Beef Vegan presents podcast broadcast. Let's go. Clear. Okay.
Oh, walk-off field goals. And then the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
what
that,
insane.
that
weekend.
game was amazing.
All of them were.
Yeah. The whole weekend was fantastic football. And I'm sure you had a great week of talk radio about it. I
Oh,
know I had fun recapping it on Monday, but it was mind-blowing, some of these upsets, and some of it was very satisfying. But it also was intriguing, and I should have had the video clip all edited together. Unfortunately, it's been a busy week for me, but I wanted to put together a supercut of you picking all these teams.
Oh, man.
It was literally every single team that you're like, they look good. That's the one. And then the other ones that blew.
Listen, defending Super Bowl champs in the Bucks. You
Yes.
got the number 1 overall seed and arguably the best quarterback in the league in Aaron Rodgers.
Mhm.
And they all fell apart this weekend.
Yes.
It's just a damn shame.
It's the Spears curse, I call it.
Yeah.
You've been doing this all season long. You know, we've joked about this all season long, but and you know, like Kristin, in case you didn't know, I mean, Justin knows his stuff, right? He obviously hosts a radio show and he writes for the Arizona Daily Star. He's verified on Twitter. I mean, he's a big deal when it comes to sports, and he'll drop facts. And that's why I was excited to have you guys in studio together because you know a lot of sports info as well. You know, you're very jockey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we were probably going to play a game a little bit later, and I'll have you school them.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But you know, with his picks, unfortunately, he gives all the breakdown, and then he goes into the favorites and
Pick the exact opposite.
it never fails.
Yeah.
It never fails. So
It's like Charles Barkley.
yes. So I want this as a favor to everyone watching on the stream and everyone listening on the radio to make some easy money. This is like my FanDuel picks. I'm basically saying, well, okay, Justin, who's going to win? And then whatever Justin says, bet the fucking mortgage on the opposite. I'm telling you,
Go
it's
elsewhere.
easy money. It's in the bank.
Especially when I say guaranteed.
Yes.
Guaranteed.
I need you to guarantee these games because people need to get paid. And that's what's happening.
Let's get paid, baby.
Yeah. All right. So we got 15 seconds. Going to go live on the air. We're also going to talk about a controversy and scandal that's breaking out in the AHL that affects one of our very own Roadrunner players. And this is a heavy story. We're going to talk on that after this next segment. So keep it right here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's the podcast broadcast. As we're making fun of Spears on the podcast part, he has been on point all season long when it comes to picking the opposite winner. So this
Consistency.
This from opening day. Opening day, I've noticed a trend that Spears would break down all the fun facts and stats that you didn't even know about, and he has like an encyclopedic memory. As he can give you information on these athletes and these teams. And then we go into the picking and he'll tell you who's going to win. And then Sunday comes along and the opposite happens. Yeah. And he's been on fire. Always been on fire. I wish I had some kind of betting pool with Spears this year because I'd be a rich man.
Consistency, baby.
Yes.
We're all about being consistent.
So here's what we're going to do. We got two big games happening here. It's the, conference finals. Championship games, two big games. We're going to break those down, and whichever team Spears favors, I need you guys to probably bet the opposite and bet big because it's almost a sure thing. So Spears, let's talk about the AFC Championship game, please.
Love it. So we got the Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I love this matchup because it features two of the next generation's top quarterbacks. You got Joe Burrow, the number 1 overall pick a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that the Bengals made a huge mistake by getting Jamar Chase in the first round of the NFL draft. I thought that they should have gotten an offensive lineman, get him some protection because he tore his ACL last year because he wasn't protected. But Jamar Chase has been unbelievable. So I was proven wrong by that draft pick.
Yeah,
it's a fun
Kristin's
offense.
disagreeing as well. Why are you disagreeing with that?
Oh, he crushed it. He was on my fantasy team this year.
He was great, right?
And there were a couple games I was like, no, I'm not going to start him. I started him. There was one game he dropped 55 points, and I was like, yes.
Yeah.
I should not have won the game. The person I was against, I should not have won it.
Yeah.
And it was a landslide. I think I almost broke 200
Oh, damn.
Nice.
in fantasy
Damn.
just because of Jamar Chase. Well, there was a couple other guys, but
Yeah, but mostly Chase. He's
Mostly
your
Chase.
MVP.
well, once I lost Derrick Henry, that was
Oh, man.
oh my God, that was a crushing blow.
Yeah.
I went on a skid there for a while. I could not find a running back to replace Derrick Henry.
Well, getting Derrick Henry, you must have had the number 3 pick or something like that.
I think it was 5th or 6th.
Oh, wow. Him falling that far? Damn, that's a steal.
Nice.
I mean, I didn't say that we were all football inclined in our offense.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I love the offense with Jamar Chase. However, the Bengals did have 9 sacks last week.
Right.
So
yeah.
offensive line still an issue. I think that's going to be an issue this weekend. So I'm going with the experienced veteran team in the Kansas City Chiefs. I think they're rolling right now. They hit 5th gear, and I fully expect them to be in the Super Bowl.
Nice. So the Bengals are going to be in the Super Bowl. Write that down. That's who you're betting money on. I mean, we saw Patrick Mahomes, and when he gets lit, and there was no stopping him scoring against the number 1 defense.
13 seconds.
Right. That 13 seconds.
Man.
You know, there is a feel-good story that I'll tag along with this, and I'm sure you covered this as well. But with the Chiefs fans, they actually did something good for a change. They donated money to Josh Allen's charity. They raised over $200,000 in a charity named after the grandmother of Josh Allen. Kind of felt bad. And it all started with a Facebook idea from this dude named Brett, who owns a Chiefs fan account. He asked to donate $13 each to the Patricia Allen Fund, which benefits a children's hospital in Buffalo.
Wow.
The $13 is in honor to the 13 seconds it took Patrick Mahomes to kill Josh Allen's dreams. So it's bittersweet. But as of yesterday morning, more than 9,800 people joined together to raise $178,000 for the hospital. And
That's
it
amazing.
is honestly the best thing Chiefs fans have ever done.
Are you ready for a fun fact, though?
Yes, please.
The Chiefs are not the first team to have done that for him.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a trending thing that whoever beats Josh Allen, and it's like in this dramatic fashion, there's been several large donations to his grandmother's foundation from games that like he's lost or played bad or whatever it was. But yeah,
Is that an appreciation or is it like a diss?
I think it started out mentally as a diss, and then it's just picked up speed, and now it's turned into kind of like a bittersweet, cool moment.
Yeah.
Right.
It's almost like a tradition where I think it's if they lose, the team that beat them, usually their fans come together and make a donation.
It's
know
really
that. That's
cool
cool.
Yeah.
to see fans band together. And it's like Roadrunner fans, too.
Yeah.
When you see communities like that, they can do some pretty cool things.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the AFC Championship game. We have to hit a break real quick. When we come back, we'll talk about the NFC Championship game. So if you're following along, you're probably going to want to bet money on the Bengals because Spears thinks the Bengals are going to lose.
He technically didn't guarantee it, though.
Oh, I need a
There wasn't a
guarantee.
guarantee.
Give me a
Guarantee, baby.
All right, we're going to continue this conversation on the podcast broadcast, plus debut a new video from Rico. So join us there on Rock 102.1's Facebook page. We'll be right back after this. You see me talking fast, trying to squeeze in all these words. And well, I have to, because when I get Spears on, he goes talk radio mode, and it makes my manager Mac nervous because he's just like, you need to be 4 minutes or less. Yeah. But he's been enjoying what we've been doing. So yeah, that's a trend that's been happening, huh? That's
Yeah.
pretty good. I was gonna throw in a joke that like indigenous people are like, wow, nice, very nice of you Chief fans. Now, if you could just stop, I don't know,
The
degrading our
tomahawk.
people. Yeah,
Calling us Chiefs.
yeah, calling us Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now change your fucking name. How about you raise money to change your name because we're over it. Let's go to the phones real quick. Rock 102.1. Who's this?
This is Chris.
Chris. What can we do you for?
Hey, I just wanted to chime in about the fantasy football. I feel her pain when Derrick Henry went out
Yeah,
because that was the only game I lost the entire season.
Oh,
really?
I actually won. Our office won, so I can't feel for you on that one.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
I won 14-1. I had Chase, Cooper Kupp, Derrick Henry, and I had Patrick Mahomes as my quarterback. So yeah, I went off every freaking week except when Derrick Henry went out that first time.
Damn, were you the only one allowed to draft in your
Right.
fantasy league? I mean, Jesus. No wonder you went
No.
almost undefeated.
It just happened, and I play against a lot of people who are very much smarter about football than I am. It was the luck of the draw, apparently.
I love that. Well, congratulations, dude. It's a good feeling to win fantasy. It's not easy to do.
Yeah. So, and also I'm betting for Cincinnati because I can't stand Mahomes in the Super Bowl yet again.
Oh man.
Well, you know, legacy and watching someone build a legacy is exciting for fans. Even if when your team's not in the Super Bowl, I enjoy seeing people make history. So I'm not anti Mahomes. I do think his brother's a douchebag.
Yes, I'm anti-Jackson Mahomes.
Oh
Yeah.
God, Jackson's just. Oh, he needs to stop.
Yeah.
He's worse. Yeah.
Yeah, I always root for the team that beat mine, and since I'm a Tennessee Titans fan, Yeah, I'm going to go for Cincinnati. Just have to.
Yeah, well, you know what? Honestly, bet money on it. It's money in the bank. Spears thinks Cincinnati's going to lose, and history has proven us that means Cincinnati's definitely going to win. It's going to be amazing.
Well, there you go. That would be good. LA Rams and Cincinnati in the Super Bowl works for me.
We'll see what Spears picks for the NFC. So we'll wait until you make that bet, okay?
All right, sounds good. You guys have a great day.
All right, thanks, Chris. Thanks for listening. All right, so we're doing the sports talk here on the podcast broadcast today. And I do want to talk about the Boko thing on air, so I'm going to save that because that's a big story as well. And it's kind of been making national news. You've been seeing that? Even though it's AHL?
Well, because it happened twice in 1 week in AHL and ECHL, the ECHL one was a little, just because of whose brother he was, it did take on a little bit of a whole personality of its own just because of whose brother it was. So it kind of caught on pretty heavily after that second incident, but it's nice. Kind of taken over the last couple weeks. Okay.
Yeah. Well, what I thought when I initially heard that story, I was like, someone said that to him to his face. Like, have they seen this guy hit? Like, that's like, it sounds like a death wish, but of course, these guys are all tough and that play in the league.
Yep.
But still, it's like, oh, you want your face to get punched harder than it's ever been punched in your entire life.
Yeah.
And see how you take it. Yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Put the pads on and a whole new personality comes out, I guess. Seriously. See, Beef, how you doing? This is James. I'll be going to the Roadrunners on the 26th, maybe sooner. The boys say hello. What's up, James? Looking forward to seeing you. I saw a lot of listeners out there last night, and Wednesday night's game actually had a pretty good attendance. I was pleasantly surprised. I was not expecting a Wednesday night after the guys had been on the road for 2.5 weeks, and the road swing didn't quite go the way we wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good crowd last night, and then hopefully Friday, Saturday.
Friday, Saturday will be good too. We got cheap seats on Friday night. Yeah. The keyword is Lazo, Lazo. If you want to go sit in Beef cheap seats and help us fill that out, we're going to party for that. And of course, Star Wars night is always a slam dunk. I've been giving away 4-packs for that all week, and that's been cool. Yeah, I've been playing The Last Word, which I'll have you guys play.
Oh,
Sports Edition.
It's never a visit if I don't play Last
Exactly.
Word.
In fact, we could do this now, but I do have, in honor of Star Wars night, I do have a different timer, different theme music here for the timer. So here's what we're going to do. Oh, this is going to be good. We'll start off with the NFL. Okay. Rico, I need you to do me a favor. When because I'm throwing these questions off the top of my head, I need you to Google these questions. So that way there's a list so you can double check to make sure they're correct. Okay. And then we're going to debut a new video from Rico as well here in a little bit. Kristin, I'll let you go first. Okay. Name a team that has won the Super Bowl. Go.
Cowboys.
Spears.
Packers.
Yes.
Patriots.
Okay.
Buccaneers.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Rams.
Saints.
Yep.
The Raiders.
Forgot about them. The Eagles.
Okay.
Ooh, the Giants.
Yep.
Oh
no.
I know.
Oh, ran out of time. Yes, the Redskins have won the Super Bowl, right? With Doug Flutie.
That's what I thought.
Was it Flutie? And 92? Yeah. All right. So, all right. Round one goes to Spears, the ESPN analyst. Did you just apologize?
No.
Okay, good.
He said, no, are you joking?
All right, here we go. And you like the theme music for The Last Word?
Yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah, thank you. It's called Star Wars Trap.
There we go.
Like me some trap. All right, Justin, you're starting off this one. I'm going to be more in Kristin's lane here. Oh. Give me a name of an NHL team. Go.
The Kraken.
Penguins.
Penguins, yep.
Red Wings.
Okay.
Panthers.
Golden Knights.
Stars.
Coyotes.
Sharks.
Oilers.
Ducks.
Rangers.
Kings.
Did you already say Panthers?
Yes.
Oh, the Hurricanes.
Islanders.
Canadians.
Bruins.
Maple Leafs.
Senators.
Oh,
Kings.
time's up. Yes, that was good. I mean,
That was
impressive on both fronts, but I will point out for the streamers here, there's a cockiness in Justin's face here when he's doing this game. You see it? Do you see it, Rico? I see it on stream. He's like, oh, I got it. And I'm like, you're going against my hockey pro? Good job. It's all tied up, which is good because now it's time for sudden death. Whoever wins this round wins the game of the last word. Oh man, this has been fun. And we're gonna switch gears to another sport.
Oh God.
Just to test your jocular knowledge.
Jocular knowledge.
All right?
You have to use that one on your next
I'm
show.
gonna use that for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Let's go for America's pastime. Kristin, start it
boy.
off. Give me a name of a Major League Baseball team. Go.
The Rangers,
Dodgers.
the Astros,
Yankees.
the Orioles,
The Red Sox.
Cardinals,
The Rays.
Marlins,
The Pirates.
the Angels,
Mariners.
the
Oh.
the Padres,
Okay.
Ah, damn it. The Mets.
Oh.
the Brewers.
Oh, she got it in there at the last second.
She hit a buzzer beater.
Yes, she did.
Oh,
yes.
man.
Yeah, now you know what it's, now
All
you
right.
know what it's like to be the Bills. So it may be unfair, but that's the way the game is played. Our winner in our sports edition of The Last Word
Yes.
is Kristin.
That was awesome, man.
I love it.
You just beat a blue check verified Twitter sports analyst. That's a
Yes.
impressive
Word.
feet. So that's fantastic.
I
Be a
don't win
banner in
many
here.
of these. I know.
Gotta be a banner in here.
There's got to be.
There's got to be a banner.
Got to
Yeah.
be a banner. Maybe
Kristin.
we'll hang it at TCC.
Last word, champ. You know we don't have a budget for a banner, though. Come on.
That's true. I'm gonna have to like draw it out on a piece of paper and go tape it myself. Probably.
Yes.
Excuse me. I need to borrow a ladder, please. Oh no, I have to bring my own ladder.
Yes. Yes.
Got to bring my own to
That
place.
chair that you're sitting in is technically like a ladder. We were afraid because it's like a malfunctioning chair.
Oh, good.
So it continues to reset to be like, yeah, at its highest point.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get it to go down. And I was afraid. I'm like, Kristin's like 90 pounds. I hope this thing doesn't just like shoot her through the ceiling. Yeah.
There she goes.
Yep. Real quick. Rico made a video if EDM festival DJs were what, Rico?
If they gave life advice.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
if
Lord.
EDM DJs gave life advice, it might go a little something like this. Check it out.
All right, listen. Girls want love, guys want respect. The sooner you understand this dynamic, the easier life will get. Drink more water and practice a new language every day. Open up a C Corp to run an LLC. Then get a trust fund that runs a corp that runs an LLC. Stop watching the news. Make sure you're not deficient in magnesium.
How much better would they be if that actually happened?
How much better would they be? Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't.
Society.
Yeah, EDM DJs usually off themselves. So shout out to Avicii. Drink
They
more
were playing
water.
them in the locker room last night, and I was like, "Whoa, throwback! Thank you."
Avicii?
Yeah,
That's
I
good.
walked by when I had just finished loading content and heard the tunes coming out of the room and thought, "Okay,
For our
feel
boys
it.
or the visitor?
Our guys."
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. The locker room for the away team is in a weird spot at TCC for our guys, so
Yeah.
don't hear much coming from them
Yeah.
unless it's out in like the ZAM
Right.
runway right there. That's the only time you ever hear things coming from them.
The Yeah.
Zam runway.
Yeah.
You call this Zam, not the
Yeah.
Boney?
No. No.
I thought you were going to go the other half.
I ride the Boney
I ride the
like
Boney.
once every 4 games.
Yeah,
Now I
he
feel
goes
weird
live
about
on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do show off, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you get an opportunity to ride a Zamboni, I know a lot of people, it's almost like a bucket list thing. It's be like, I want to know what that's like. And fortunately, I'm in a position where Kristin gets really busy with work stuff. And when she's not looking, I ask the Zamboni driver who I'm buds with, like, you got anyone on? Oh, all right, I'm hopping on.
Which one do you ask? Eric?
What's his name? Is it Eric?
Eric is dark hair.
Yes, Eric. It is
okay.
Eric.
Yeah, nice
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Eric's a good guy to work with.
Yeah, he doesn't mind having, someone in the shotgun seat, and it's fantastic. But
Yeah.
I'll say that, like,
Spears, if you ever make it to a Roadrunners game, have you ever been on a Zamboni?
I have not.
It's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, you should come out this weekend.
Yeah.
We'll get you on the Bony.
Yeah.
On the Bony.
Yeah.
He's going to make it run.
Yeah.
He's going to make that word stick.
Let's do it.
Do it. All right. Yeah.
I will say it took me 7 seasons. I worked in hockey for, I think this is my 10th season in hockey. It took me 7 seasons to ride the Zamboni.
It's because they couldn't find a step ladder for you.
But like, when do I mean, as a game presentation, when do you jump on?
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean,
if I let you guys run the show, we're done.
Yeah,
then
right.
get lights out. It goes south in a hurry.
If I ran the show, I would schedule YMCA a little earlier. That's all I know. All right, let's get back on the air. Rocco to 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're here with our sports experts. And I said experts because Kristin Thompson from the Tucson Roadrunners, game op manager. I know her knowledge is extensive. And of course, Justin Spears from ESPN Radio. Well, he has his own sports show, for God's sake, and he's verified on Twitter and writes for the Arizona Daily Star. So you don't get more expertise around here than that. So we do have a running joke, though. It's whatever football team Spears picks ends up losing, right? So we know this. We've established this. He went 0 for 4 in his picks for last week. 0 for 4. Amazing. It was an amazing feat to do. I mean, it was almost impossible, but he found a way. And if you were keeping track of his picks throughout the season, you would find out that he was 0 for 62. So I don't think he picked one correct. Even on bye weeks, he was getting it wrong. You know,
I need to check this.
Yeah, no.
You're probably not wrong.
No, I've been writing it down. I'm a statistician, so.
But don't ask him to pronounce names.
No.
No chance.
Or words in general. But when we left off here, we did the AFC picks, and Spears picked the Chiefs over the Bengals, so that means bet your money on the Bengals. Now let's talk about the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we got here, Spears?
Man, we got the Niners and we got the Rams. Nice little NFC West showdown at SoFi Stadium.
The California Bowl.
Is, the California Bowl, and it's at the same venue as this year's Super Bowl, so the Rams could potentially play back-to-back home games.
That's huge.
This is a tough game because I like the Rams a lot. I like the star power that they added with Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr. And, Cooper Kupp is obviously one of the top wide receivers in the league this year. So the offense is clicking, and Matt Stafford showed that he doesn't need to do too much in order for the Rams to get a win. But with that being said, the 49ers and Kyle Shanahan have kind of had their number. Shanahan is 6-0 against Sean McVay.
Oh, so this is the game where they're looking to extend the streak, but the Rams are looking to break it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Rams are rolling right now, but the 49ers, man, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo, he's the guy that puts his name on the group project and gets an A.
You're right.
He's a terrible quarterback, but they win. I don't know. It's weird, man.
Yeah, you can't say that Garoppolo was really like a factor
like
in
Trent
their
Dilfer.
win. Like this last week, it wasn't like he played. He played clock management. I mean, he played, smart enough football, but it wasn't like Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes where they were playing lights out football. He just didn't mess up.
Yeah.
He played enough not to mess up, and that was enough to win the game.
So it's tough, man, because Jimmy Garoppolo seems to always find a way to win, even though he plays bad. So I'm going with the Rams this week, but we're going to end up seeing Jimmy Garoppolo.
He doesn't sound confident in that one.
We're going to see.
Didn't have any confidence behind
but
it.
Hey, if you fade my picks, we're going to get a Jimmy and Joe Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo versus Joe Burrow.
No. Oh, if
you fade my picks.
Yeah. And I'm fading your picks all day long. Your picks are faded.
It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. So fade Justin.
Yeah.
Retweet.
Yeah. I mean, it's really hard to see the 49ers overcoming the Rams in this one, especially with the Rams at home and especially with the chip on their shoulder, especially being this close to the potential. But there is a curse of, being a home team in the Super Bowl. It's only happened once, and it happened last year.
Yeah, the Bucs.
Yeah, which is a huge thing. So I don't think it's going to happen historically back-to-back years. I mean, the odds on that would be it's crazy. It's crazy to think and wrap my mind around it. But you know what? A smart man once said, bet against Spears because that's easy money.
I was ready for something way more profound.
No, it doesn't need to be profound. It is smart and correct, though. So he is picking the Rams to win. So that means it's almost a lock. The 49ers are going to upset the Rams at home, and we're going to have a Jimmy and Joe's Super Bowl. What a really bland white guy named Super Bowl, really.
And then Snoop Dogg is the halftime show.
Yeah.
There's like a whole squad though.
Oh, it's amazing. Well,
There's a whole squad of them.
Yeah, we're
this
gonna
year.
geek out on the halftime Super Bowl show during this break, and when we come back, there's scandal happening in AHL with our own Tucson Roadrunners. We're gonna break down that story next. The Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. Yeah, I was really hoping you'd pick the 49ers. Because I'm like, I don't know. I don't like betting with Garoppolo. He does figure out a way to not F up at the very last moment. But remember when Belichick wanted to replace Brady with him?
Garoppolo.
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy to think about? Garoppolo's biggest win, his biggest pull, it shows biggest talent was like a porn star that he dated. He was able to pull that.
Oh, Kiara Mia.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think that was the first one either.
No.
I think like she's just the one that caught steam. And then everybody's like, oh, he's over here just one after another. And I'm like, there's no chance.
Yeah. That's what he is.
Good
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah. She was like a Kardashian.
Isn't he still hurt though? Garoppolo, like his foot or thumb or
It's
thumb.
probably his
Thumb.
penis. I mean, it's-
the last one was foot, right? Was he ever a foot or was that always been a thumb or like
Well,
a
the thumb's
digit of kind?
the thumb's been a thing for like 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can see the amount of tape that they've got just like hold, like it looks like they're trying to hold his thumb to his hand.
Right.
Probably.
Oh.
Trying to hold it back into place. That's probably why he sucks. Like I mean just
Yeah.
got no hand to throw.
And I think lack of focus. When he was dating like the porn star, initially I was like, oh, this guy's gonna have a bust of a season. He actually did really good that following season. But my mentality was like, he doesn't seem focused, right? He's focused on out and getting laid. And I know it's like kind of paparazzi culture, and it's probably not right to assume that just based off assumptions. But you know, where's your head at if you're out just chasing porn star tail? I don't know. But I mean, he's doing all right for himself. So I guess that argument doesn't hold any weight.
He looks like Superman.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
He's a good
He's a good looking dude, man.
Yeah.
Really?
I think Jimmy G's a good looking guy.
All right, Kristin, let me ask you this.
Okay.
All right. Who's the best looking quarterback in the NFL?
Oh.
Shut up. Aaron Rodgers. Get off his dick. All right.
Golly.
I know. I'm aggressive. Oh, you can't even think. You got so many.
No.
Oh, who's your crush at the moment? Jeez.
I don't have one. And
Justin
like,
Herbert.
You think it's just, well, for you, it's Justin Herbert because you're a
I'm gonna have to,
fanboy.
like, okay, now I have to Google because I can't even think of all of them. This is what happens when I get a headache. I can't think for anything.
Oh, you got a headache? I'll whisper.
Yeah. Let's see.
I like that. Todd trolling in there. Regardless, we can all agree. F Aaron Rodgers. Speak it towards the mic. Well, no, you need to speak towards the mic because you can't hear you. Well, no, if you have a point, it's great. Speak it towards the mic. Oh, yeah. Ben Rossberger is trending today, and they're saying thank you because he officially announced his retirement.
Yep.
Which is no surprise. In fact, he probably should. I mean, they made it to the playoffs, but he probably should have retired last year, if not the year before.
There was contemplation last year, though.
Yeah, no, I know. And well, the thing
Not
is,
sure what brought him back.
this is the Dana White theory for UFC fighters. And I think this applies to all sports. If you're considering it, you should just do it. Right. So if you're thinking about quitting, you should quit, because if there's any doubt, then you're not going to have what it takes to really fully commit to something that's so grueling, like the NFL schedule and the training that goes along with it and the beating that you're going to take. I mean, you heard him. He was a defeated man going into his last playoff game. It was hilarious sound bites, but he's just like, yeah, well, we're going to get smoked. We got no chance at all. We're just even lucky to be here. We shouldn't even be here, you know? So like, that's not the voice of a competitor, somebody who, you know, has the desire to win. Yeah, as realistic as it sounds. Like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But at the same time, get cliche on it and be like, don't you want to win? No. He showed that he didn't want to win. And that was a safer bet, betting against the Steelers, than betting against any pick that Spears does.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was equally as safe.
Guaranteed.
All right, so you got the answer to that $1 million question?
No, I don't. There aren't any.
Are you kidding me?
I don't.
First
Like,
off,
I'm sitting
NFL,
here, look at all of them, and it's like, no, none of them.
NFL quarterbacks are, considered some of the most manliest of men and good-looking
No false.
athletes in sports. No,
I would say between them and some baseball guys, they're the prettiest.
okay,
but
there you go.
manliest, no chance.
Okay, so prettiest. Who's the prettiest quarterback? NFL. I mean, Justin already said his, and I didn't even.
I mean,
ask
Tom
him.
Brady's good looking, but he's not the one that it's like, oh,
You like the butthole chin?
like he.
So then she likes Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah,
No.
He's got the same chin.
yeah. They do have the same chin.
Like I said, he is.
I would say Tom
Superman.
Brady 5 years ago. Tom Brady now, not so much.
Tom Brady hasn't even changed or aged in 5 years.
You can tell a little bit.
The guy's in a cryo chamber. He's
I
like
know
being
that's
I think
the
he's
thing.
gotten
So it's
younger.
like
yeah.
his face has gotten more structured, and it's like, okay, it's too much. Like, eat a cheeseburger, please.
He looks like handsome Squidward.
Yes.
SpongeBob.
Tom Brady before and after. I'm pulling that up right
yeah,
now.
do a side by side.
Yeah. You'll see. I mean, he is looking better from his rookie year for sure. I mean, I know you guys have seen this probably posted on social media time and time again, because when he went into the league, he was like nerdy and chubby, baby faced. And now, of course, he's all chiseled and eating his like super diet.
Avocado ice cream.
Yeah. You see, like, I mean, his eyes look different.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think Rico, do you think it's because of the lizard people? Did the lizard people get Tom Brady? Reptilians. You're my internet expert. This is the one that went viral, right? So this nerdy guy into this GQ model, and this is how he's aging. So he's like Benjamin Button. This guy is going to look stellar for years to come. Oh, remember long hair, Brady?
He looks like Justin Herbert there.
Yeah, he does.
Get off of Herbert's junk, dude. This guy is so crushing on Justin Herbert. Oh, that's so
Who
hot.
has
That's so
better hair,
Herbert.
Justin Herbert or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, man.
I
Trevor
know,
Lawrence
right?
looks weird. He has like horse-like face.
But hair, though.
It's only
Oh,
hair,
yeah.
just the
Okay.
hair.
Okay.
Because who else has long hair? Just those two.
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, geez. But I'm not gonna lie, like the weird off the his style at times. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
The mullet, they're funny to look at.
They're funny to look at, but yeah. So there's Herbert's hair, and Herbert, going.
He rocks
long.
the
does he-
headband really
He looks like
well.
a character in Brink. Remember that Disney movie Brink
yes.
with a rollerblading?
Yeah.
You blade, brah?
Trevor Lawrence. We're looking at Trevor Lawrence's hair right here. And of course, he has good hair, but like something about
Yeah,
Trevor
no.
Lawrence's flat hair.
Give me a T-Law.
Yeah, I think he'll go bald. I think he has balding in his future. And then I don't like where he wears headbands like a girl.
Looks like your wine aunt.
Yeah, it looks like your wine aunt. Absolutely. Do you think Trevor Lawrence will be successful in the NFL eventually? Obviously, playing for the Jags for a season, to get a couple wins was impressive. But did you see any glimpses of greatness in the NFL?
I think he's a great quarterback. It's just when you have Urban Meyer as your head coach in your first year, like the culture that he was put into was just a bad situation all around.
Mhm.
I mean, he's a great quarterback. I mean, he was the unanimous #1 overall pick for like 2-3 years.
Yes.
They knew it as soon as he started at Clemson, like he was the guy. So I think eventually they get a new coach in. I think Byron Leftwich is going to be the new coach of the Jaguars, offensive coordinator from the Buccaneers. So I
Okay.
think a new coaching change will do him some good.
Okay, and works with Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians has proven to be a great coach. So
Yeah.
working with or under Bruce Arians probably going to be beneficial.
Yeah.
So who is your team in the NFL, Kristin? Like, who's your go-to team?
Well,
No, you grew up
I mean,
in
I'm from
Texas,
Texas,
and Florida.
and
Yeah.
I grew up going to Cowboy games. Like I grew up at
Jerry's World.
Jerry's World, not the new one,
the old one, the old one, yeah.
in Irving.
Hipster. Yeah. I hadn't mentioned
Like I
that.
spent more Thanksgivings tailgating than I spent at the family table.
Okay.
Because we play every
awesome.
Thanksgiving. Like I grew up, I mean, my uncle had like one of the most notorious tailgates that like don't even remember what gate it was. Gate 6, gate 2, I can't remember. But like it was right there along the fence, and we get just random visitors. Who was the guy? I think he's already passed away now. He was in a scooter for a while, like riding around. I can't remember his
Like
name.
the super fan?
No. He's like a player from like back in the day. I can't remember
That's
who
not
it
ringing a
was.
bell.
But they would stop by. Their mascot would stop by, but he was creepy. Just so creepy. And at the time that when I was a kid, I hated mascots. Like I couldn't. Mascots terrified me. I mean, now I've had to readjust that fear.
Yeah, you work with, you employ one.
Yeah, I work with them. They're an interesting breed, but the Cowboys.
Yes.
I grew up watching them from basically diapers, I guys.
Yeah.
So
you've seen a lot of disappointment.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've seen a lot of disappointment, but then I have, guys that when I went to Texas Tech, I've had a lot of guys, different teams go in from Texas Tech. So it's kind of been I root for the Cowboys, but at the same time, if one of, I guess you can call them my guys, so like a Patrick Mahomes, we had Danny Amendola for a while. We had, there was a kicker we had.
Wes Welker.
We had Wes Welker, yeah. So all those.
See this guy with the info?
Kind of celebrated.
Crabtree?
Kind of celebrated them. Oh, I was there for that catch.
The catch against Texas?
That's when I was an intern. I was doing my master's degree there.
Damn.
And that was in my program. And so we actually were volunteering for ESPN Game Day. So I was on the field for that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like
that was scary though, because they stormed the field and I was not ready. I was not ready. I'm not tall enough. I'm not big enough. No, thank you. Like we're not rushing. Like, I don't survive rushing the field. It was not a good. Yeah. And it was on Halloween. Oh, I was hungover.
You think that's impressive?
So
Spears was there for Wildcats football entire season last year. So
I'm sorry. Speaking of disappointment.
That's all right. We still got basketball. Basketball's been killer.
Basketball is good.
Yeah.
I actually watched a U of A basketball game the other night.
Don't they look great?
Against Kansas was the one. Maybe that one was 2 nights later, but that double overtime. That was so sad. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Tech basketball's pretty good.
They are. Ever since the Little Knight left. Not
Little Bobby Knight?
Oh, yeah.
That era was a tough go for a little while in basketball.
Was Little Bobby Knight just as big of a dick as Big Bobby Knight?
Not as much, but I mean, you could see the tendencies. You could see that the apple didn't fall like far from the tree.
He only shoved his players. He didn't choke them out.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
It just,
no chairs, no, yeah.
All right, we got about 15 seconds to get live on the air. We'll talk about this Boko situation. And I will say this, because yesterday it was per league protocol that, if we hear anybody saying any kind of racial slurs, they're out. But for the 5+ years that I've worked with the Roadrunners, I've never heard a fan say that stuff, which is great.
Yeah.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out with Justin Spears from ESPN Radio and Kristin Thompson from the Tucson Roadrunners, game ops manager. And the Roadrunners made some national news this year. It actually popped up on Spears' radar as well. It involves one of our most beloved players of this season, Boko. Kristin, what exactly happened?
So it was a game against San Jose. So we were playing in San Jose. This was like at the very beginning. So January 12th, probably maybe first or second game onto our road trip. I don't know. It was like midway through the second period. And, the scuffles come up, tempers flared and everything was as per usual when you see a flare up. But Boko actually didn't see it at the time. A couple of his teammates saw the action happening. And they came to his defense. So Boko didn't realize it until a few seconds in that the incident had occurred. And basically it was just a very racially heavy gesture towards Boko. And, not excusing the kid by any means, but it's becoming a trend that I think can be fixed. It's an overseas situation because the two main instances, not the one featuring Jordan Subban, but it seems like it's a very common gesture, which is, for the listeners that don't know, it's the peeling the banana.
Right.
Which, I feel like is one that's just, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a go-to for, because there was a Ukrainian player that did it to Jalen Smerrick. Remember, he played for us.
Yes.
In the past. So it happened to him overseas, the peeling the banana. And then again, happened here. And both players, this guy's Czech and the other guy's Ukrainian. So I'm not sure,
Eastern European people.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just what they learn, what they see, and just embrace. I don't know what the situation, how that came to their minds. But I will give kudos and huge respect to Boco's teammates, but Travis Barron in particular stepped up and fought the guy. And then, of course,
This is
Boco
what I
kind of
love
took
about
the
hockey.
cheap shot. Yeah.
This is what I love about hockey, because
you want
in
to
this
talk about the
situation,
roots run deep with those guys. Like, we have a great group that will go to battle for each other, good, bad, ugly, and different.
Right.
And so Travis stepped up and, just it's not acceptable.
Right.
And so Travis stepped up and.
Did he win the fight?
It really wasn't a fight. There was a linesman right there the whole time. Sadly, they didn't actually
throw the gloves down.
Yeah, so there was a referee or a linesman between the two of them the whole time. But that doesn't. I mean, you've seen it, Beef. Like that doesn't stop the guys from reaching across or
getting some shots in.
Like, they'll go around a linesman. I don't care how big, little that linesman is. Like, they'll go around it. But I mean, Travis is sitting there, trying to fight as he's explaining to the linesman what's happening, and I think that's where the realization from Boco came, and then Boco takes a cheap shot at him of just, hey, like, no, sir.
Yeah.
He then takes a penalty. So Boco actually got penalized for the whole thing. So Boco ended up sitting 2 minutes for it, not realizing that, the referees just were not in the loop of what happened. And again, it's always behind the play.
Right.
We actually, when we got the email, I went and watched the on-demand version of their game and we tried to find it, and you can never see the action. So basically the footage that was pulled was in arena. So like, if they ever came to us and say, hey, pull footage, we'd pull our in-game cameras, but we also have our hockey ops camera that would run too. So they would catch, just as much as we could, plus the security cameras in the arena. But that's where it was pulled from, was, I think, the arena stuff.
Yeah.
But, it's just not, and this is not Boco's first time. It happened.
No, in fact,
a couple years ago, a year ago.
Absolutely. Yeah. We heard it. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why we got him on our team.
Yeah.
Was because of some instances.
Yeah.
And I can't say instances, but it's brutal to see keep happening. But I'll tell you this, any of those guys who wish to cross that line with Boco, have a death wish, because that guy is a badass, and he's not afraid to take a shot. And it's the hardest punch I ever heard in my life, was Boco connecting with the face at the Tucson Convention Center. So good luck.
I will say, for as tough as he is, and just the conversations that we've had off the ice of, during video shoots and things that, good mornings at practice or whatever. One of the most respected guys, not just on our team, but in the AHL overall. Like, the player that did, he came out and made a statement, but this kid respected Boco, respected, how he plays, how he carries himself. For Boco being 25, he carries himself as somebody that
he's 25.
Yeah.
Dear Lord. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, he carries himself very mature, very well. He's very respected, not only in our locker room, but just around the league. And, for as mean and as scary as he is on the ice, nicest guy. Like, just always, if we're at the rink setting up or putting carpets out, so the team got back, the wrestling thing that was at the TCC, we were putting carpets and banners up, and it's always good morning, hello friends. Like, it's never, I said yesterday, I was having a minor meltdown on the way to the rink yesterday, because just nothing was going correctly. I was 45 minutes late to what I needed to do. And I was on the phone with my mom. It's my mom's birthday. I was like, happy birthday, Mom. She's like, how's your day? And I just unleashed, like,
right.
And I didn't look up. I was in it. Look up, and Boco and one of our other players are right in front of me. And neither of them turned around. Neither of them made a comment. Neither of them thought they probably think I'm a psycho, but they let me have my temper tantrum, and he held the door open for me and said, have a good day.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
So it's sad that it happened to him. Like, it's just like he said in his statement, enough is enough.
I mean,
2022.
to be a person of color and, professional hockey, you're still breaking barriers. It's at that point, but, change will continue to come.
Absolutely. And he made the comment that we have progressed in this space, but we do need to be better. And like he said, make hockey enjoyable and comfortable for everyone. I mean, it's not correct because right now you can't say it is for everyone.
Right.
We have to actively do it. So
I don't mean to
he's
interrupt
working
on
on
that
it,
note, but we do have to wrap things up. I do want to thank my guest, Justin Spears from ESPN Radio. You can check him this afternoon and each afternoon on ESPN 104.9. Kristin Thompson from the Tucson Roadrunners. We got big games this weekend, Friday and Saturday night. Saturday night is Star Wars night. Friday night, Beef's Cheap Seats. Use the keyword Lazo, Lazo, to get half-price tickets. You can find those at KFMA.com. Thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
the same way I did.